Are you Mandalorian?
I'm a simple man making his way through the galaxy, like my father before me.
3 Men and a Baby Yoda Podcast. Matthew, Dylan, Callan.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to episode 29 of the 3 Men and a Baby Yoda podcast. I'm Matthew Mole, your host, and joining me tonight are my two Star Wars tragics, Callan Gardner and Dylan Chikalis. Callan, how are you, mate?
I am very well, Matthew. It's been a exciting couple of weeks. Nothing super crazy. Moving into Chrissy. We've been a little bit off on the pod. Crazy time of year, trying to lock everyone down. It's just been near impossible. But I'm good, man. I'm really good. Dill, how you doing, buddy?
The past few days especially have been hectic for me, but Christmas time is a beautiful time of year, spending time with family, friends, and the like. So I'm loving it.
Tell me about this story you were bloody G'ing up.
It sounds like you're writing a Christmas carol.
Oh, man. All right. So, long story short, right? So, a few Christmas parties over the past few days, and then I was hanging out with a few buddies last night. And did you get this storm that blew through yesterday night, Cal?
I think the whole fucking of Sydney got this storm, didn't
okay,
it?
yeah. Well, all right. Anyway, so the lightning storm. No, but
did someone die?
Well, it was so bad. So I'm driving from MacArthur Station back home, right? And fucking rain's blowing sideways. There's lightning lighting up the sky all around me. Anyway, you know, in Narellan Road, there's the petrol station where you have to go through Smeaton Grange. Do you know, Cal?
Yeah. Yep.
So it doesn't really matter where it is. The important part is there's this great big power pylon pole, yeah? I'm like not even 50 meters away from this pole, and it's like a flashbang went off. And this bolt of lightning just hits this pole, and it's like a Michael Bay film. There's sparks and shit everywhere. And all the cars around had just like freaked out and just started slowing down or like stopped. Anyway, I was a bit shaken up, so I jump on the highway to get home. So every bolt of lightning.
On your bike or you
No, I'm in my car.
Bike, were you?
No, I'm in my car.
Oh, thank fuck for that.
Yeah, thank fuck, right? Anyway, I'm about 5-10 minutes later. I'm driving home, and there's like this great big field near my place with a bunch of cows, believe it or not. What happens again? A bolt just hits this open field to my left as I'm driving home. Now, at that point, I was like, this is fucked. I was scared to even get out of my car when I got home. So, let alone once, but twice.
I've nearly been hit by a bolt right next to me before.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I feel like Palpatine was just flying over me, mate. Just bang.
trying to wipe you out. But speaking of power, we're supposed to have Turbo tonight, but he's unavailable due to a power outage in his neighborhood. He sent me photos of the Oz grid. It's funny, Noah Outlaw didn't turn up to a Sithless recording blaming a power outage, and I was like, mate, if you don't want to do the pod, just say so. And he sent me the Oz grid outage, and just messaged me now. He's like, no power, so we are down a man tonight, but we'll be none the worse off, I don't think. Now, Cal, mate, you've been busy. You've been busy on the YouTube. Tell us, what have you been up to? I've never seen such energy and enthusiasm.
Who are you?
I'd start bringing a bit to this podcast, bringing something to this podcast. I was early tonight. If anyone fucking noticed, no one.
You were first here, and you're semi prepared. So this is a new calendar,
new leaf. What is it? New lease on podding for a 2022.
You're turning a new leaf.
We officially have the. That's right. We officially.
He's going to try from now on.
Some effort. Officially, the new YouTube page is up. Or channel, as you call it, and it's at 3 Men and the Baby Yoda Podcast. It's TMABY Podcast at YouTube, and we've got a little link up there at the moment, and we're going to hopefully start getting the pods up there. so you can listen as well. And then hopefully we get some reaction videos. We've got a few ideas that would sort of hopefully get a sprout in 2022. And it's exciting.
That should be good, mate. Should be good. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing the fruits of your labour, and then also being heavily critical in your editing.
I expect nothing less.
I'm sure one of us will turn our cameras upside down, and it'll just be absolute pandemonium.
Well, there'll definitely be an episode, and Dylan's doesn't record or some shit like that again.
Mate, no one might like in my track record this time. 100%.
His camera get hit by lightning or something.
Or me.
But I'm feeling relaxed. I'm in my new studio. My son is about, 300 meters away. Maybe not 300 meters, but maybe 50 meters away. My house isn't that big. And I can talk freely. There's no fear of repercussions or whatever.
The moment you joined, didn't I? So I said straight away, I said, holy shit, Matt. It looks great. That's for one. But the bar Matt's in a fucking looking around for bugs every 10 seconds. But
I know. There's a little insect problem here. But on my desk, there was 10 dead insects. Like, it's obviously working.
I don't think the pod's heard you this clear since ever.
I just got a text from my wife. I still can hear you, but from far away.
What does that mean?
Let's ask. Am I in trouble?
Am I sleeping on the couch?
I think she can just faintly hear me.
You were doing a test to see if she actually could hear you. That's hopefully my new house. I'm fucking up.
Matt's sitting there thinking. Matt's thinking now. Fuck! Why did I even move here? It doesn't work.
No, it's I can still hear you, but from far away. Smiley face, which is sort of like
good,
which I'm gonna interpret as go with gusto. Good. But no, loving life here. Yeah, we have had a bit of time off on the pod because. Am I in trouble? Nope. Yes. So we've had some time off. Needed some time to settle. Just don't scream. Fucking hell. Just leave me alone. I set up my toy studio, my media setup. We are good to go for the Book of Boba Fett launch. Callan, you won't be here. Turbo won't be here, but Dylan and a few others will be. I think we're aiming for a big episode 3 reunion. That's when all of us will be back.
We possibly, let's not fully write off a reaction of laptop call-in with me watching from Queensland. Don't fully write that off yet.
Oh, okay. So we'll do a multimedia session.
Why not? That's going to be pretty epic. But yeah, that's on the 29th of December.
Nice. So, Callan, what have you been watching in the lead up to this?
Well, you know how we made some thought we'd go back and we had an extra week off. Go back and watch some Mandalorian and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. How's the race coming along? Let's see.
Cal, how far did you
what
get?
episode you at, Cal?
I think I got halfway through the first episode of Mandalorian.
Yes.
Okay, so you're 10 minutes in.
No, I'm like an episode in. I'm an episode in.
I finished first season.
Dylan, where are you on this Turtle Express? Oh.
You finished first season. You motherfucker. Hasn't watched the bloody... We all rip him this time and he's smashed a whole season. Jesus Christ. No, I've got 2 kids though, so bad luck.
No, we agreed. There was no excuses. But Callan's been very busy setting up the YouTube channel, for the... talking to our 3 subscribers that are on this channel.
I got distracted by the Spider-Man stuff and I started watching some Spider-Man, which you guys told me was the right thing to do.
How many Spider-Man have you watched?
I've watched 1.5.
1.5. Okay. That's not a bad effort. Still quite a bit. You're still far from home. Yeah.
So you've done 1 season, Dill?
Yeah, just the one.
That's not bad. That's pretty good. It's better than me. I've got to ramp it up.
But that still doesn't mean that I've won the bet, though. I'll be humble here and say I haven't won just yet. There's still a season to go.
What? So it's to get both seasons done by...
Well, it was supposed to be this pod, but here we are.
here we are, hopelessly unfinished, but at least you've made some efforts, and you still got we still got 10 days until the Book of Boba Fett starts, and
but what have we been doing?
I still haven't finished season 2. Well, we have been doing. I mean, Dylan and I were very lucky enough to go to the Spider-Man premiere. My work phone, which Dylan is manning, got a phone call from one of my agent clients. Thank you, Sharon, by the way. At about 4 p.m. on Tuesday afternoon, after they promised they'd organised it for us, and then they just went radio silent for a week. And I was every day just getting up saying, "Hi, do you have my Spider-Man tickets? Do you know when it's going to be? Just give me a date and a time, because I'm trying to organise it for my nephew, and my poor nephew's mother's like, when is it? So I can, make plans for him." And I'm like, I don't know. So where is it? I don't know. So is it real? Yep. And anyway, we just started to they would keep going, "Oh, look, we'll let you know as soon as we know." They never let us know. And then they fucked up and they're like, "Oh, it's actually tonight, 6 p.m. Get there at 4 p.m. And anyway, Dylan was ready. I was ready. Got my nephew ready, and we just made it on time, and it was pretty awesome. Something special.
Was it everything you wanted and more?
Yep.
I've heard that. That seems to be the what is it, consensus across the board.
Yeah. It is. It's everything. If only if the Rise of Skywalker could have given us what this gave us, bringing back the past, the future. Oh, it's such a shame, because they did it. They just did it right. I'm not going to. It's going to be spoiler free.
It's good that they did it right, though. You know what I mean? It's good that they nailed something.
They did. It was highly ambitious. It was tremendous. Me and Dylan and I went back on Thursday with our partners, sort of to make up for the fact that we'd already seen it. 2 days before the world, and then it was just as good on that night too.
It is really good it's good for Star Wars in the sense that they've done it right. They've done something that big right. Do you know what I mean? They've got Marvel correct. So, the new scope of where they want to go, in theory.
No, it's good. It's also good to see, blockbuster movies back on track. I mean, I had a look this afternoon, actually. I think it's taken in $240 million in the opening weekend. And,
Jesus.
It's just, Avengers Endgame did 256. Force Awakens did about a bit more than that. So it's good to see that, blockbuster movies have that sort of pulling power, and we're sort of seeing things go back to normal, albeit, COVID's everywhere again. And I don't know, I'm sort of just building up my fortress here so I don't have to leave the house ever, because it's just it's getting scary out there. I mean, Dylan and I had a bit of a scare, close contact, had to isolate. And then did you check into Hoyt's on Tuesday?
Yeah,
that was
so
COVID.
I've got
COVID.
There's literally 4 different venues I've been to in the past few days who have all had cases. So even though I'm only casual contacts at this stage, I just got a test today anyway, just to make sure.
I've had 3 tests in the last 12 days.
Yep.
I'm all clear, which is good. So that's good, but it does seem to be closing in around me. So they said that I saw a meme today saying not getting COVID before Christmas is the new Squid Game. So it's true though.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's just your Christmas is over if you get it in the next week. So
yeah,
stay safe, people.
Agreed.
So tell us, Dylan. So you've watched 1 season of Mando. Anything else on the cards?
Look, this is going to sound really weird, but I've binged this guy called Googa Foods. You know who he is, Cal?
Oh God.
No, all right.
No.
So I found this guy.
Knows who that is. Go on.
Well, apparently 3 million people do. Anyway, he basically cooks a bunch of fucking barbecued meats.
That's not anime?
No. It's just a guy who does this.
Real person? Yeah,
look him up. GUGA Foods. I've just given him a massive shout out on our huge podcast. But here's Cal going.
Who would have heard it?
Yeah.
Go on.
But man.
So this is not Star Wars related, is it?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's completely irrelevant off the topic, but it's so entertaining.
Okay.
It makes my mouth water every single time I watch it, and it makes me want to get good at barbecuing. You've been at Braza's before, yeah? The Brazilian barbecue?
Yeah.
It's like that. He cooks like that. Unbelievable.
Oh, wow.
So,
what's it called?
Guga Foods makes $730,000 a year from ads that appear on his videos. Wow.
Jesus.
Interesting. So so that's why you're not further down the path of Mandalorian.
I'll be honest. That's it. What I've actually been watching is I rewatched Loki again, and I've watched Spider-Man 1, 2, 3. Didn't watch Garfield's, and that's it. And yeah, season 1 of Mando. So
this commitment, Dylan. Where the fuck was this commitment when you were watching Rebels?
It's hard when it's a cartoon and everyone's seen it.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's hard
and you're last in line and you've got...
Yeah, you're right.
No, you were just shit. You were just shit. And you didn't give it the respect it deserved. And that's that.
Fair play.
Moving on. So there's been so much news the past few weeks. Let's just deep dive into it. I mean, we were talking on the last podcast, Rogue Squadron indefinitely off, scheduling issues, conflict issues, and now there was news that Patty Jenkins has pulled out of Cleopatra and she's back on track with Wonder Woman and Rogue Squadron. So it looks like we're getting a Star Wars movie again.
And now it's like the hype is fucking not really there for me.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like, was it reported incorrectly? Who knows? Like, wasn't it a fallout? Like, creative differences, and now it's fucking, oh no, she's back. Is it just talking someone? It might have just been shit talking.
I think it was just like, well, that's the thing. Like, they announced that there was that she was having conflict issues and she's going to pull out, and then I don't know, maybe they just maybe
it was just conflict with too much stuff.
Well, no, but why would she pull out of a movie for a movie that she's not going to do then? So I have a feeling, Disney, they flexed their muscles and said, look, you're going to have to, do you want to be part of this franchise or not? And she pulled out of her dumb Cleopatra movie. That's my only summation. But I was reading something today and it was saying how Star Wars seems to thrive when there's no movies on. Like, it's showing that streaming is the way forward at the moment. And you see, Star Wars is more fun when no new movies are coming out. So
who wrote that?
Polygon.com.
Shut their mouth.
The Star Wars films have stalled, and that's great news for the franchise and its fan.
Shut up. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
He's getting content. He's getting 4 shows in a year.
I think the movies are something. The movies is not like a movie down your throat every year. Like, I don't think we need to be like that heavy, but like, to have movies every couple of years, 1.5 years is good. Well,
I think that what they're trying to say is that Disney aren't committing to a movie at the moment because they can't get it right. As in, it's got to be a high quality film. It's not just got to be a film that they release just because they're releasing a film, so to speak.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But
so I think it's not that they don't want to put out a movie, but
yeah, I think we had this discussion a few weeks ago where, I think the way forward in the success that they're having with TV series, as well as, people aren't necessarily as comfortable to want to go and sit in a cinema as much as they are anymore, albeit Spider-Man No Way Home would say otherwise. But, I think with the success and the way they can pump out these shows while keeping quality up and not committing to a massive budget for, an hour and a half, 2-hour film, happy days. It just works. People can watch it wherever they want. There's more engagement. I don't know. It's just a good formula.
Yeah, I do want them to get it right. You want them to get it right.
They got to get it right. And because, that's the thing. It becomes part of the Star Wars catalogue. Excuse me. And if it's not high quality and it doesn't, earn over $1 billion, it's considered a failure. It gets highly scrutinized, and it just puts pressure on the next thing. So I think, post Rise of Skywalker, they're really trying to get the formula right. They're seeing the success of all of its, brother and sister projects from Marvel and everywhere else, and they just need the right writer with the right story, with the right actors, and we're there. But it seems there's been delays, and we'll just see what happens. But look, it is sad there is no movies for a while. December, this whole past week we had reminders. Last Jedi came out 4 years ago. Force Awakens came out 6 years ago. Rise of Skywalker 2 years ago. Like Rogue One Anniversary was 5 years yesterday. It's always around this time of year, the 16th, 17th, 18th of December is when you sort of get your movie.
Back a year ago.
Luke was back 1 year ago, sort of yesterday, today, depending on what country you're in. I got my tweet on, and my good buddy, Mr. Mark Hamill, just we had a little moment together where he sent some love my way. I'm going to go as far and say we are Mark Hamill's favorite podcast. All right, yeah, I'm going to put it on the bio. Mark Hamill's favorite podcast, and I'm going to summate that from he's liked about 5 tweets. So they are always about him. So maybe he just likes himself, but we'll take it. We'll take it.
The aggression is
funny.
Absolutely dumbfounding.
Yeah.
Well, I have been down on my Luke Skywalker appreciation, and I missed probably months 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, and we had the big one on 5 months that got about 3,000 likes and about a zillion retweets, and hasn't been as viral this time, but still phone's been going off bananas. But yeah, it's just nice to enjoy the 1 year mark, and there's been articles all over the place, and then I think because we were the 18th first, everyone else was a day late, so I got in nice and early. Was trending on the Star Wars Mandalorian Twitter feed. That made my day.
Very nice. No, it was impressive.
Simple things, simple pleasures.
Taking the pod to new heights, Matt. Well done.
Oh, yeah, just being as aggressive as I can on the Twitter. It's not aggressive and strategic as well. But moving on, you saw the most there's been about 3 Boba Fett trailers. How are you feeling for the show, Dill?
Very, very excited.
Yet?
Yes. I must say, I'm tapering my expectations. I know it's going to be fantastic, but I think this time I want to go in blind.
Doesn't sound tapered.
Okay.
You can't go in blind.
Did you hear that the trailers have only been of the first half of the first episode?
I did hear that.
So they've said, we can't use the second half of the first episode because it gives too much away. That's pretty cool.
That is very, very cool. That's good to know that what we've seen is just, and that's what we pretty much estimated early on, like that it's mostly from the early parts. And look, I think they're going to go pretty deep. I think Tem said recently they're going to fill a lot of holes. And what do you want to see more than anything, Cal? What's your number one?
Yeah, Matt, I'm really keen on the actually seeing where the story goes, because I think it's going to be very interesting. And that point around not being the trailers are only like the first half of the whole season is exciting. But I'm really keen on some throwbacks. I think I was saying Lord of Steel Wars, call them like those GIFs or a meme type vibe, like to see some throwbacks in, when you see those R2-D2 walk around the corner, something not that crazy, but just exciting things like that. I'm excited for that. The little bits of detail. I'm really pumped on see some of the action. It's gonna be cool.
What about you, Dylan? What do you want to see?
Seismic charges.
I knew you were going to say that.
Is that all you want to see? Seismic charges?
No, look.
I reckon a seismic charge is going to go off and you're going to look over and Dylan's got a fucking pillow over his crotch.
He's not going to need the anime porn that night. So,
fucking hell.
You're never going to live that one down.
I'm never.
Don't think so.
I really, I don't think we're going to see it in this unless we see a flashback, but I think everyone's asking for the Sarlacc pit.
That's a given.
I was going to say, has to be. That has to be
Surely.
explained.
I'm looking forward to how's he going to get Slave 1 back. You sort of see that,
We don't call it Slave 1 anymore.
They do. Man. The fire spray.
Did they change the name of that?
No, they didn't. The Lego did.
Oh. No, it's not called Slave 1. It's Boba Fett Starship. Get
fire
it right.
Righto.
Yeah. So Big T Morrison said there will definitely be a number of answers. We're filling a lot of gaps. That's cool.
Nice.
It's going to be good. Like, I don't know. My friend Nick, he said, because I was like, how good does that trailer look? And he said, Star Wars could do anything, put some emotional music in it, and you would just blow your wad over it anyway. So,
way to take the fun out of it. Jesus.
Wow.
True.
That's a bit harsh.
How cool's the bloody back to tank?
Back to tank, that's good. I enjoyed the memes that are coming out of that. They sort of cut off Tem's head. They just left it as a head only, and then they just Jango Fett recovering after his fight on Geonosis.
That's so rough.
I know that was. I thought that was pretty funny. But nah, the trailer looks good. God, I love how Tem says Tatooine. He could just say that all day.
Give us your voice lines.
Who's gonna? I need someone to do the sing. You do the singing, Dylan. And you go, oh, left-footed on the sands of Tatooine.
Not bad. Not bad.
I am Boba Fett.
What are we going to do?
Practicing that one.
We got. Didn't you, Matt, send us a voice message? Didn't you? Did you send that in a voice message?
Yeah, he sent it in the messenger chat.
I did. And then I forwarded it to as many people. I sent it to Turbo with no context, and he's just like, gave me a thumbs up. I think that was very gratuitous.
Do you think we're going to see Din?
Yeah, I heard that. I think it was Corey's tweet the other day that it was confirmed that Pedro Pascal's voice is the one on the trailer.
Oh, really? Which
really? Yeah, like the one where the first trailer where he says, what does it say? It's like your former master of Jabba was, I don't know, I can't remember the lines exactly, but that was Din talking.
Huh. Interesting.
So, we might see a little bit of Din
towards the end or something.
Oh, maybe at the beginning.
Because I guess recording wise, it wouldn't be too hard for him to be doing Mando and Boba Fett at the same time, right?
Yeah, but it might be just sort of like a, hey, let's get all the Mando fans in the room, just make sure they all come back. In addition to all the old school OG Boba Fett fans, and then sort of we've got 2/3 of that fan base, and then we'll just get the normies in as well. So,
are they all in the same timeline though? This book about Mandalorian and Ahsoka.
Yeah, definitely, it all is, and also like I think we're going to start the story off. Well, you might start off with the Sarlacc, then
I feel like that won't get addressed till. Oh, it has to get addressed in the first episode, surely.
Surely. And, you sort of see, I don't know, I think you're going to see the story just before he meets up with Din and the first episode of Mando Season 2. And then, like Steele suggested, the whole reason they resprayed his body armor in green and rustic is that you can sort of tell when it's a flashback and when it's modern day as well. So I think you'll pick up the story after Mando, but you'll also get the story of how he took back Jabba's palace, how he got his ship back. Because, there's that sort of scene where he's dressed up in the Bantha gear, so that would suggest that's a pre-Mando moment. Then you'll get, I don't know, you might see him flying to Tython. You might get everything, like how he gets the Slave 1 back. There's so many options.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. I think Fennec Shan's is a cool side hustle character. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit of a bad bitch.
No, she's it's good when she, you see how much she loves the content as well. She's the biggest nerd. She's loving, her role, her part of the storyline. She respects the content. She loves the franchise. I think it's just going to, come out in her performance. If you're loving what you're doing, you'll just do it well. And, she's psyched to be part of the ride. So, yeah, bring it on.
No, that's exciting. It's like going to be a nice little Christmas gift. Look good, and it's been a pretty shitty year for a lot of people around the world. If you're a Star Wars fan, it's pretty epic.
I think so, mate. I think so. We need live action. I mean, the Bad Batch was okay, but it was just
it's been so long. When was last episode of Mandalorian?
1 year ago today.
It was the last. Fuck me.
It's been a year. It's been a long year.
We've been holding on to this podcast by the fucking skin of our teeth, waiting for some more live action.
Maybe you guys have. I've been doing fine. So let's talk about this video game.
Eclipse.
It's a cool trailer, but I mean,
it's a bit of a. So it sounds really exciting. It sounds, in theory, I've seen Star Wars do these trailers feels like they do it every couple of years. There's someone doing it that's got Star Wars IP that they're going to make a new game. Then it never ever happens.
And that's the general consensus here. It doesn't show anything about the gameplay. It's a really cool cinematic trailer, but anyone can make them. It's about executing on the game, and then there's all these horrible shit going on with,
Quantum Dream, the developer, really homophobic, really
misogynistic.
They won't. I think Star Wars. This is why I think Star Wars will pull out straight away. That they don't need any of this stuff, and you don't want to be given someone who has that sort of those
stigma,
reputation.
It's bullshit, man. Especially
plus the toxic workplace. I'm hearing I think, and it was trending. Blackout Styles Eclipse. It was trending. They're getting good traction. All of our fellow podcasters are in full support of all this, and it was trending. And so, I think once the powers that be become fully aware of this and the stigma, it's I don't think we'll see much happen from this.
I think the game will probably happen to someone else, hopefully. I think it's exciting to have a cool Star Wars game, another one. I think because they want to bring the High Republic in. I think it's a really cool idea, but you've already got Salt and you haven't even fucking seen a trailer, hasn't done anything. So I think you're right. It'll move on pretty quick. Can't put up with that shit these days.
Not at all. But mate, there's also been quite a bit of news on the show front. I'm not sure if you remember from the Hunger Games, the little friend of what's her name, Katniss.
Is it Amanda? No, Amandla.
Are you talking about Jennifer Lawrence?
Jennifer Lawrence was the main star in the Hunger Games, but she had a friend from District 8. Her name was Rue from Hunger.
Yeah.
So she is. Let me just get her full proper name.
I think it's
Amanda Stenberg. Very
Amanda. Okay.
So she's all grown up now, and she is in talks that she will be the lead actress in The Acolyte, which is a show. Dylan, you're pretty comfortable.
Okay. I'm not upset about that at all. That's awesome.
No, that'll be pretty. She looks pretty looks like she's got the picture I saw. She had a bit of a mad bitch there. That's what you want.
No, but it's just good to see things are moving forward. We've had, Lando show, haven't heard a thing. Rangers of the New Republic, finished. Not even that. Actually, there's some news that it's officially dead, and they're going to be incorporating that into the Mandalorian storyline. And then in Ahsoka, we've had the Australian girl cast Sabine, and then there's a girl called Ivana Sakno. She's been. They haven't given her the character's name, but they're sort of going a new character. So don't don't speculate. It's not someone you know, or don't. She's not going to be like, I don't know, Hera Syndulla or whatever.
Did you see a picture of her?
Yeah,
her eyes are so piercing. Like she's going to, I think, hopefully be pretty cool. Villainish type would be cool.
Well, the Illuminerdi is reporting that her character's name is Astrid, but this is most likely a code name. Okay, well, not a lot to go off there.
It's great, like you said, that you're actually getting movement. That's what you want.
Exactly. Like, I'm pumped for Ahsoka. Like, the whole, live action Grand Admiral Thrawn is got me very excited. I'm 6 chapters into Thrawn alliances. I'm getting there slowly. I'm moving forward.
Did you see in the Obi-Wan Kenobi news, O'Shea Jackson was working on it. He said it was the best job he's ever had in his life.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Interesting.
I don't know what other jobs he's been in, but still pretty. He's a massive nerd. He said, if anyone really knows me, that was the best job I've ever had in my life.
Well, that's very exciting. Very, very exciting.
Massive Star Wars year coming.
I think so. I mean, I've got some other news here. Like, looking at the trailer, there was one of the guys put together like a old scene of Luke Skywalker at Tosche Station, and it looks like Boba Fett is walking through the exact same doorway. They've got the same cupboards and same door specs. So from the trailer, we might be going back to Tosche Station, which is
interesting.
It's really good. I mean, I love how they sort of play homage to the original trilogy, and they drop in those things that you really like to see.
The detail.
The go tools. I'm waiting for a go tool now, Matt. I'm going to be paying attention.
Well, they could be. I mean, there's also talk. Those Nikdos on the speeder bikes in the trailer. Yeah. What if those guys are the ones that had Grogu at the beginning of Mandalorian Season 1, Episode 1?
Ooh.
We may be seeing Grogu in the Book of Boba Fett.
We're getting
got to sell some more merch. Why not?
Exactly. Sort of just make sure everyone's on board, and it's.
I'm getting No Way Home vibes. Bringing in everyone from the multiverse of Star Wars.
It's not the multiverse, just the same timeline.
Well, the different time. Well, same timeline, different timeline. Anyway,
you're just all Spider-Man out, aren't you?
Man, I can't focus, Matt. Let's go again.
I'm keen to go.
Let's go.
Callan, you've still got 3.5 movies to go, so you're far from home.
Very far. We've got to catch up.
Got a long way to go, mate. Long way to go. Next year. Try. How you gonna get unspoiled? Surely everyone's talking about it.
I might just go see it and just figure it out.
No.
I think you can see it without. At least watch Spider-Man 2. You need to watch all of Spider-Man 2, and then you can go.
What's it streaming on? I can ask this after the pod, but I don't know.
I think it's on Netflix and Amazon Prime.
Cool. I've got to get onto it.
But other than that, it's that's pretty much it for today. Nice little short, sweet pod. I don't think you got any other stories, Dylan. More lightning strikes, or
I think I'm all stored out. It's bedtime.
You're all stored out. You're all. So I got no serotonin left in my head after Spider-Man. Don't have a lot of energy. I think I've used up all my podcast credits talking loudly here. But we are 10 days away from episode 1, and we'll have some strong content to talk about, dissect, go into detail. Did you actually see Steele Saunders flew into Melbourne this afternoon?
Yeah, he's doing a live pod.
Back in Australia. So we might send our correspondent Callan down to Melbourne to catch up with him and go on his live podcast for us, if he can be bothered. And then he can do a video of it.
If I wasn't going to Queensland, I'd be all over it.
Oh, I might send Dylan because I definitely can't go. But we'll see. I mean, that's exciting to see him back in town, and he's already set up a live viewing event party for the Mandalorian, so that should be interesting.
And then Book of Boba.
Oh yeah, sorry, for the Book of Boba. getting late. I'm tired. Give me a break. But yeah, it should be an interesting couple of weeks, and I think we'll be back next week to just get our pre-show predictions in. I'm sure there'll be lots of news, lots of juicy stuff dropping. Oh mate, I can't talk. I'm done.
Sizzles, teasers. All right, Matt, wrap it up.
May the force be with you. See you later.
May the force be with all of us.
Thanks for listening to the podcast, guys. We really appreciate you guys tuning in. If you can leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, it would really help, as it really helps the channel. We are now 8 days away from the Book of Boba Fett, and we are so excited. The guys are looking forward to having some weekly content to help with their terrible planning. We look forward to our next episode, and we'll catch you all soon. Bye.